Some information about the lake. It's approximately 6 acres with a fairly large island in the centre, and at the back of the lake there is a cut through which extends the lake, offering plenty of space for approximately 250 to 300 carp to hide. There is a horseshoe lake that is also currently being turned into another specimen lake. I believe that it's going to be stocked in September with 5 30-pound fish and also 10 20+ pound fish. The lake is currently a members only lake and there's not many spaces, so if you do like the look of it, make sure you're quick to get yourself a spot. When you arrive on the lake, you'll be greeted by the owners, Eddie and Nicola, who run the place really well. Each peg comes with a net, a sling, cradle and a bucket, making sure that to prevent disease and leave a bit more room in your car for the food, which if you're like me, you'll know all about that. Not to mention, the bucket comes real in handy just in case you catch a PB and your friends want to absolutely soak you. I'd won this morning at 7 o'clock, which was only about £6, didn't bother weighing it because it wasn't much to write home about. Dean's had one next door to me about an hour after. Maybe he's £8-9, nothing to write home about, so he didn't bother filming or taking any pictures. I took a picture of mine, I'll post it I'll insert it around about here. So far I've got both rods out, reset them about an hour ago, got maxi nut on an IQD rig on the left hand rod, and then on the right hand rod I've got an aggressive rig. It's got a ASM 16mm wafter on. Fed on, the right one's fed on the Lake's pellets, what he sells. Some, I think it's 15mm boilies as well from ASM. So hopefully they bring us something, we'll see what they end up doing. Fingers crossed. So a quick update from last time. It's been about an hour since I last checked in. I've reset the left rod. I would show you where it is, but unfortunately it's currently pissing down and I don't want to get the camera wet. Maxi nut just doesn't, I've had maxi nut out for about 16 hours. Doesn't seem to be doing much, so unfortunately I'm just going to give that one a rest on here. But ASM was what I got the little tiddler on, little common. So I've switched over to a pink pop-up on the left one, because that's why I had my 21-pounder here when I was here last year. So pink pop-up on a, I don't know what rig is it on? I think it might be on a D rig, something like that. I went right down my left margin with that one, all the way down to the reed end where I had the one this morning. Hopefully I can pull something a bit bigger out, size 6 hook, so should be adequate. Currently what you could probably hear is got the Hobbit on. I'm watching the Hobbit while I'm waiting to catch a fishy. So hopefully next time I'm pulling something in, or I've got something to show you at least. Right, just a quick update. David, the other lad who's come with us, he's just had a 25-pounder. We're all pretty much on the same bait and rig, so I helped him with the boat, find a couple of spots, and he's managed to snag a 25-pounder. Unfortunately I'm still on a 6-pounder, but I'm hopeful. I've got to set the rods reset them about half an hour ago. Time's now currently 1:20 in the afternoon. So still plenty of time. We've got till about 7 PM tomorrow when we need to start packing up. I've had the fish finder out, found a couple of good spots, or what I believe to be good spots, a couple of holes, fish sitting in them actually. We'll just have to see what happens. Wait and see, that's all you can do. Hopefully it's my turn next. And ship. There we Got a terrible mouth on it.
It's like a parrot.
Aye. It was only £10, so it wasn't nothing to write home about. But I mean, I'm on the spot, so where there's little fish, there's big fish. Right, so just set the rods for the night. End of our festival day. It is currently 9:15, so we've got them set. Left rig is a ASM wafter on a D-rig, IQ D-rig. That is all the way down the margin, just on the offset where I've been feeding all day. It's been feeding pellet and boilie, just chucking them in loose. So hopefully that one works out. Second one is directly across from me towards the island. Just off a little grass tuft where I found a hole earlier, which I've had a couple of fish out of. Unfortunately nothing big yet, but the night is young. That one is on a ASM pop-up 14mm. Again fed with pellets, boilie. Fingers crossed to produce something tonight. And the next time you see me, I am into a half decent fish. Right, so it is just gone 4 o'clock, about 3:30. Woke us up, rod ripped off, left hand rod, ASM 15mm wafter I think it is, 15, 14 or 16, one of the two. About 12.5 pound, 13 pound at best. Didn't weight because it wasn't that big enough. I'll insert a picture in the little video of me releasing it. Ooh, it's the type of wake up call you want. Just a shame I keep pulling out the smaller fish, unfortunately. But as I keep saying, where there's small there's big, so we'll just have to see what happens. Pray that my next update is an upper double instead of a low double. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Information about Kathleen's, which I might as well talk about while I'm here, is it's about 6 acres big. It's a members only lake now. It never used to be, but unfortunately they had a lot of trouble with irresponsible anglers. I was speaking to the owner earlier. Actually, he's quite shocked that I managed to get so many small fish out. He says that usually the small fish don't tend to come out. So I suppose I've set a record, it's just not the one I was hoping for. There's about 250 fish in. I think the lake record is a 30 plus, but I definitely think that there's 37s in here. I think the record's 31, 32, something like that. Fingers crossed we bag into that one, but time will tell. Every peg gets. The good thing about the pegs is just to avoid disease and stuff. Every peg has its own net, its own sling, its own cradle, so you don't have to bring any of that with you. I'm not sure how many spots is left on the lake for membership. So we're in Doncaster, so it's a bit of a ways from where we're from, up north. But you gotta go down south to catch the fish, and that's what we're trying to do. Just finished watching a couple of movies. Slept in this morning. I wasn't meant to sleep in. I usually wake up when the sun comes out, but after I got that run at 3:30, I was just dead to the world. But hopefully when we come back we have something on the bank. Laid back in bed now. Just had another run. Had one on. Come off, unfortunately. I think my fault. Started coming away from the reeds pretty quickly, but I wasn't looking. I was looking at the end of my rod, unfortunately. So popped off. That was on a yellow ASM dumbbell wafter, which I've never tried yet, but I'm actually feeding it off a maxi nut, so I wasn't really expecting to get a bite, but it's back out on the spot now, so we just have to see what happens. yeah, unfortunately it popped off. What can you do? I mean, it didn't feel a big size, but that might just be because it's that far out. I mean, it's a good ways out compared to my right hand rod, which is just on the opposite margin to me, which is like no more than 35-40 yards away from me. This one's a good, maybe it's 100 yards away from me. PB getting wet. I'll pick it up. Try and pick it up, it's a heavy 2112s. This beats my PB by 4 ounces. I'm not angry about it. Wait up.
The lad's getting wet.
If I can get the fish to stay still. I've got cramp in my leg now because it knows it's coming. When you're ready, Dean.
There you go, sunshine.
PB 2112, yellow dumbbell wafter, ASM, soaking. Oh, that's you bugger. There you go, Kathleen's done it for me again. Another PB. Look at that. Beautiful. Come on there, son.